Namaste, konnichiwa, bonjour, ni hao, swatika, warakam, assalamu alaikum, ciao, hola, privyet, and a very warm welcome to all of you on this joyful January of this new year. A special warm welcome to Madam Chikage Suzuki, wife of the Ambassador of Japan to India, and Madam Miho Okawara, President Ikebana International Headquarters, Tokyo. As we look back, we are hopeful. As we look back, we are grateful. As we look forward, we are hopeful. And hopefully, as we look around, we are helpful. As we step into another year, let's not focus on what all pains we have felt. Let us see how far we have reached, and let us appreciate all that we have gained. Let us choose to be happy, not because everything around us is good, but because we see the good in everything. Like Lord Buddha once said, no matter how hard the past, you can always begin again. And on this positive note of learning from yesterday, living for today, and hoping for tomorrow, Delhi Ikebana International takes you all the way to Africa for a breathtaking demonstration by Mrs. Priya Atul Shah. Mrs. Shah is a leading floral artist from Kenya who has won the Designer of the Year award for her beautiful creations. Her dedication towards Ikebana is well apparent by the fact that she has made one arrangement on each day of this pandemic. Delhi Ikebana International is also very happy to tell you that we have stepped into our 55th year this year. Before we begin the demonstration and before I request Mrs. Miho Okawara to say a few words, Delhi Ikebana International wishes to announce the sad demise of a very talented old senior teacher, Mrs. Uma Rao. Mrs. Rao was an icon for the members of Delhi Ikebana International, a part of our roots who helped start the Delhi chapter way back in 1966. For most of us, she was not only a mentor, but the ever smiling and a helpful lady with a flower in her hair. An elegant, graceful, soft-spoken person who endeared herself to all of us. Her passing away is a great loss of talent for the entire Ikebana world. We'd like to observe a minute's silence for this great soul. I'd like to invite Ms. Miho Okawara now to say a few words.
Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm so excited to be with you. It's so honored to be invited to these occasions. First, I'd like to say thank you so much to Nina-san, Delhi chapter president, for organizing these sessions. Nina-san, I'm so proud of you. You have worked so hard, so far, already under these challenging situations, and you encourage us, you empower us. Thank you so much. I really want to show from the bottom of my heart, and I appreciations for your hard work and the dedication to Ikebana International. Thank you so much. And also today's demonstration, Priya Atul Shah I'd like to show my sincere appreciation to Priya-san for accepting this assignment as a demonstrator.
Thank you very
I look
much.
forward to seeing you Ikebana or flower arranging today. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing your beautiful flower arranging artworks. Thank you so much. And taking this opportunity, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude to healthcare professionals and essential workers who have been devoting themselves for treating COVID-19 patients and supporting our lifeline. Last year, we experienced tremendous loss, grief, and hardship, but also care and solidarity. This year, it's time for us again to unite, heal, and work together. I believe we will get through this side by side. I'd like to ask for your continued support and cooperation also this year. Separately, taking this opportunity, I'd like to inform you that we headquarters also will have our online New Year gatherings on 5th February. I'd like you to mark the date, and I'd like you to join in to celebrate the New Year together. And the Princess Sakamoto is giving us some message. Some other Yemotors also will give some messages, and many photos which have been collected from many chapters. Now we are editing to make some video clips to show you. I'd like to enjoy it together. Lastly, I'd like to express my sincere appreciations for your dedication to Ikebana International. I do wish you a prosperous 2021, filled with joy, health, and happiness. No nights last forever. Just be patient for a while. Let's be patient. You can do it and we can do it. I trust you. We can do it. We can move forward. I look forward to seeing you in person in the near futures at some Ikebana occasions like regional conference or world convention as well. Thank you so much for your support and cooperations as usual so far. And
Now over to Priya.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Miho. A very happy New Year to everyone. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am sure a lot of my club members have also joined in. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity in this new year. And I'd like to start my demonstration. So today, what I've done is I've taken agaves. Agaves are, in Hindi, they are called fulkari or,
Falkeria.
sorry, fulkaria, okay. Yeah, I wasn't too sure about the name. So that's what I've actually based the whole demonstration on. These are just specs that I've cut into smaller pieces. And I came across a title from the Safu puzzles. And that got me doing this structure that I've done here, which is puzzles. And just going to zoom in to just to show you all what it's going to look like nearer. Sorry, can you let the other phone in? Okay, I'll just carry on while we get the technique going on. And this is how I've actually done my whole container. I've placed the agave here and I've placed another one at the back here. And this is how, and I've got a test tube here because everything needs to be in water. So that's how I've actually started off. Got some beautiful roses that I've actually joined in together, and I've just tied them together so it gives you that good line that I want to create. And these agaves are actually native to the Mexicans, so but they grow very well in Kenya as well. And I've got all the different varieties of the agaves that I could find. And that's how it's going to look. This is just a metal container that I have, and I filled it with sand to give that balance with the agave. And the agave I've actually cut one small piece and added just here to give it more rhythm. And so that's my first design. And now I'm going to be placing just this sisal sphere. Here with my second design, what I've done is I've got the different variety of the agave. It's a yellow green, and these agaves, they are called agave tequila. So you can imagine the tequila, the drink probably also comes from the agave. And what I've done is I've got a structure that I've done of wire wound with wool, and that's how the whole structure is. I'll be taking in some photographs closer, and then I'll be putting them up. And I've just got some Sansevieria to give that rhythm going on. And I'm just going to be putting in some bird of paradise. Please do ask questions in between, because my structures are quite easy to do. And I'm actually just putting in through the wire structure that I have my flowers. So that's my bird of paradise. It's actually been raining here quite heavily, and I just managed to get the beautiful agaves. They look like birds looking up, and that is what I'm trying to create. And with the agaves and the Sansevieria, I didn't think I needed more, because the purple wool that is there is complementing the purple in the birds of paradise. That's my second design. This is a very simple one. Got a metal container, again filled with some stones. And I've got some branches of a tree that I've attached. And again, for my water source, I've got test tubes. Now these are the blue agaves that I've put, and here what I'm going to be putting is two of the agapanthus tied together and one small one at the bottom here. I've tried each and every material to a water test tube. I use less of the oasis, so that's why I've got test tubes everywhere tied to my structures. And if you can see, I've actually, these agaves are a bit difficult to manipulate. I did cut them on Wednesday and again tied them with wire, as you can see, to the container here. So that's my third design. In this structure, got a different agave. It's got a white line to it. Got some loofahs, and basically I've actually used this structure quite a bit, and it's a round structure with wire. I just want to show you the structure properly, as I've done some with paper binding wire, and I've used this quite a bit. Before it used to be quite tall and everything. I've got it all down, and this is how the structure is. I've got some broomsticks that we get here locally, and I've tried that to give my structure more rhythm and balance. With the agaves, I've actually got some twigs of the curry leaf plant that I just trimmed off, and I thought that gave a bit of good rhythm and line to my design. So here I'm going to be putting heliconia. Everything has been held through these wires that I have. Again, I just want to show you how I've actually done the rows. What I've done is I've cut the length I wanted, and I've wound it with a paper binding wire. So that's how all my plant material is going to go in. And that's the whole design with the heliconia tied here with the paper binding wire, and the test tubes have the roses in it. Here I've got a structure with twigs that I've cut from a plant that grows very nicely in my garden. It's like a golden shower twine. When it's cut, it's very nice and green, and otherwise it turns to this nice browny structure. Here is where I've actually put some oasis. My test tube wouldn't stay, so I actually managed to get some oasis here. And now what I'm going to do is going to be putting some hanging heliconias. Because it's intertwined and everything, it's going to hold my plant material. And the intertwined material gives a lot of rhythm to the whole design. So that's my first heliconia. That's the second one I've put. The whole structure is actually in a metal container. And I'm just carrying the color through to the bottom. And that's the design. Here I've got a gypsum board, and I've just played around with some lovely, not sure of the branch that I have here, but it was a lovely branch that I just cut off some, trimmed off some vines that were growing. It was just growing wild. Rhythm. And here I'm just going to be putting some bird of paradise. I've mainly used the blue agave throughout all my designs because it was very easy to manipulate the way I wanted them. Now, bird of paradise, I've not actually put a water source to it because they do stay out of water. Like all our shores and everything have a rule that the plant material should stay out of either in water test tubes or to stay for the duration of the show. They should be turgid. So bird of paradise is one plant material that actually does stay. The agapanthus in the middle is to give that purple to the bird of paradise. And that's my design completed. Here I've actually worked with a metal stand as I wanted to give the layering of the agaves, and I've used the different agaves that I've actually done a bit of arranging here. What I've done is I've actually got the agaves cut to the S that I wanted to create, and that is the S that I've tried to create. And then here I've just curled them, and I've actually tied them with a binding wire. It was very difficult to tie as well, but somehow did manage because I've tied it quite securely with 2 to 3 wires. And again, I've tied them in intervals here as well, as you can see. I've got a test tube that I've hidden here. So that's one line of my roses. And I've just worked with one foam to give that color with the blue tequila agave. And my stand is also painted in that gray blue color.
Priyaji, there is a question that,
Yes,
the way you have put the agates and you
yeah.
held them together, do you have a metal stand or something that's holding them in place, or they are standing up on their own?
No, no, this whole,
No, on top. They want to find out
no,
on
yeah,
top. Yeah.
okay. So now this stand, it's a whole rod that goes up to, just trying to find,
Okay.
okay. There's a whole rod, sorry. Let me just show you, there's a whole
Yeah.
rod that goes, so there's a whole rod that goes up to there. Is that
Okay.
visible? Sorry. Um, Let me just try and show you from the bottom. So you see the whole rod that goes up to there.
Oh, okay. So it's a single rod and then you have just bifurcated them and tied them, is it?
Yes, it's a
Okay.
single rod. And what I've done is I've actually tied them in different places.
Uh-huh.
I've actually tied them there, and then all these that are there,
Yeah,
I've
now we
actually
see in
tied.
the rod. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so it was very difficult at first. Just wouldn't stay, but then we managed to get it done with the help of 3 people. We managed to do it.
You managed to bend them, which is very difficult as well.
Yeah, no, bending was quite easy because once you leave them out in the sun,
Mm-hmm.
it gets a bit easy to manipulate. So I actually cut them on Wednesday and I left it in the sun for 2 days. So yesterday is actually when I did all my structures and they were very easy to manipulate. I also want to show you that I do dry these. They take a while to dry, almost a year, but they dry very well. And I'm going to show you one design with that. And I'm going to show you the process in how long it takes to dry. I've got some hanging outside here. And I'm just going to show you the process because I just leave them out. Even all these, I'm just going to leave them out to dry. So now this is in the process of drying right now. Can you
Oh,
see it changes color completely? And this is the actual agate. So what I've done is I've actually tied a wire and these will be just drying. So this has taken almost 6 months just to get that much dried.
oh.
And these are the ones with the cones that I'm drying.
Yes, we also have a lot of agate in India. So I'm sure we are all really learning a lot of how to deal with this plant material.
Yeah. So now these are the two different ones that I've got. And once you leave it in the sun, do you see the shape it's giving right now? I just left it in the sun and it gives a very beautiful shape as well. So
Okay.
these, if you just leave them out like 2 days or 3 days before, it will give you a very nice shape. And that's my design that's done. So I've just created the line with the roses and the agaves. And then I've just given a round foam at the bottom because I felt this was too heavy. So just to balance it out, I've given a round foam at the bottom. Sometimes it would look bottom heavy, but because the plant material is very heavy as well, that's how I've actually done the design. Now here what I've done is I've actually used my dried agaves that have been with me for almost 2 years. So this is the shape they take. And then I've just curled them. You can take a rolling pin or you can take anything round and you can even curl them. You can tie them while you want to dry them in that manner. So that is how I've done. I've just got a MDF board here at the bottom and this I've just found in one of my journeys. It's kind of a driftwood, but it's got that black color going through, which the agaves are also giving. So that is how I'm going to be designing. And the twigs again are of the same wine that I've been using for all my designs and everything. And I've been doing a design every day. And since lockdown had started, because that was my only way to keep myself within all these with the lockdown that has been going on in all the countries. So this agave, I've actually split it. I've used one half here to give that curve, and I'm using this other half to give me the other curve that I want. So I've done 334 designs till date. Even today, I've actually done one design early in the morning. I don't want to hide the curves that are given with the wood and everything. I'm just going to be putting this in. Yeah, and that's the design. So with very minimal flowers and everything, when I did start my first design, I actually did everything from the garden. So that's how I started off my first design. And that's how the whole wood and everything looks like. Again, this structure, I've used it in my previous designs, my daily designs that I do. These agaves were very nice and tall, like they're super tall. And I didn't want to cut anything. So I've actually used the whole agave. And the way it curled from the top is what I actually liked. So that is how I'm going to be doing this design with just a few flowers. You don't need much. I'm using heliconias again. The way the structure intertwines will hold it in place. So that's the heliconia that I've just put. I've got a very heavy wooden base as well to support the whole structure. That's my second heliconia.
Priyaji, there's a question that have you
Yes.
nailed all your agaves to your wooden structure, or do you just pass them through the rod?
No, I've just passed them through the rod, through the whole structure. Actually, I've just passed them through the whole structure. And no, there's no nails or anything used. I'm just going to show you the bamboo sticks that I've used, and that's how I've actually intertwined the whole structure through those bamboos. So what I've done is I've got these bamboo sticks here. Now the whole structure is on these 1, 2, 3, about 10 bamboo sticks that I've got. They are all drilled into a hole over here. So I've got different holes there. And then I've tied them with paper binding wire. And then this twine that I've used the whole twine in and out of the whole structure till the top. So it goes till the top. And then the agates are just manipulated, and the other holes that I had, they've just been put into it. Like there, I can just show you one that has just been put into the holes that were drilled. So that's how the whole structure lies.
And one question more that is there, the agate is all without water, right? All agates that you...
Yes.
Because they
Yes,
stay
all the
without water.
agates that I've used, yes, they are all without water. Agates don't actually need a water source.
Yeah, okay.
Because you know that they are quite thick. If you can see from, just trying to show you one. See there, it's quite thick. I'll just show you one stem. See now the agates are quite thick like that. They hold a lot of water.
Okay.
So the water that they hold, if you leave them out in the sun for 2 days, they will actually be able to manipulate. And I really like to use them because you can really turn them the way you want them to be turned.
Well, you can turn them the way you like to turn them. We find this a very difficult material to use. So you really
once you do actually leave them out in the sun, you will be able to manipulate the way you want them. Just try.
Okay. So that's a new technique we've all learned. Thank you.
Yeah. And now I'll be coming to my last design. I'm just going to talk about it. So this is my last design that I've actually done. I've used the different agates that I could find here in Nairobi. So this is the blue tequila one. This is the green one. And even this is also called the green one. Now the difference between these two are that this has a white line here and this has a yellow. And in between there is white here as well. And then what I've done is these are the mountain sticks that we get here. And I've actually used these to hide the 2 rods that I have. Now this is from the golden palm. It just fell off and I didn't want to discard it. So the way I've used the whole bracts, I've used 2 bracts to it, and I really didn't want to. So basically, the rough and the smooth textures that I was trying to create. And what I've done is I've just put in the heliconias, the upright ones on top over there, and then just the hanging ones, one there and one here. And this is how I want it. So yeah, so the rough through the smooth. So that's my last design that I created. I hope you all enjoyed the designs that I did. They were very simple. It's just more on manipulation of the agave. And agave is actually used as a sugar substitute. I use it as well in my cooking. And yes, thank you, Nina, for allowing me to demonstrate today. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so very much, Mrs. Shah. We've had a whole new world and you added a whole new dimension to agaves, I must say. You know, it's a very difficult plant material, but you have used it with such ease as if like, you know, they were just listening to you. So it was beautiful seeing something. We've learned a
Yeah,
few new techniques and you've used all very heavy material and balanced it
yes,
really well. And somehow it's with such ease. Each design of yours was unique in itself and very elaborate. So thank you so very much for doing this arrangement for us. We're really
thank
grateful.
you. Thank you for allowing me to demonstrate today. And without my helpers, I wouldn't be able to do it because the material is quite heavy to also
Yeah.
deal with. So even thank you to my helpers. And if
Yes, a
there are
big
any
thank you from our
questions, please
side
feel
too.
free to ask.
I think everybody is in awe of the arrangements because your designs actually are very spectacular and one is better than the other and more
Thank
elaborate
you.
than the other. So it was really nice and thank you so very much. I'd
Thank
also
you.
like to thank everybody who's joined us today and wishing everybody a beautiful, lovely, more brighter, more happier year. And thank you so very much. Until next time, bye bye.